today about is very first off, painting you and I are going to be doing, and then I'll kind of go into what happened this week. So, this painting is someone that I know very well, have known my whole life. Um, I wish, okay, sorry. I like that a little bit better. I've known this person my whole life, lost a very dear friend to them, a very dear pet, and I'm doing a memorial. And this is a pet that means a lot to this person. And let's get to it. So this is a Scottish fold. His name was Gaston. So as you can tell, I did his eyes very significant. The eyes and nose, make sure the placement is right. Got that in place. I've got it covered because I want to try a couple of things when it comes to painting the background. I don't want to be super detailed, anything like that. I want to be closer to this general area. I don't want anything specific. And I got some really cool stuff. This is a shining powder. I want to try a couple of hues. It's very shiny, very hard to touch. And I was thinking like do like a green, and then his eyes are gonna be gold, like maybe a pink. So we may do the green and the green and the pink, and see how they come out. I haven't done them. I haven't used them. I want to use it on top of paint. See how it comes out. Really to come out. Even though the great thing about paint is you can cover it. So let's see. Let's go with a white as well. No harm, no foul when it comes to color, right? I also have some really thick glitter. Ooh, I don't know if we'll use it or not. But I've got Gaston completely covered. My sister, we're gonna break for. So this woman, she absolutely adores um this cat, and I'm supporting her in every way I know how. So what we're doing here is breaking a paint. That's upsetting. It's not like it'll quit working if I break off the top. But using the world's smallest palette as always, and adding a little bit of white. It's not gonna work because I made fun of it. I've got some really dirty water here. We're gonna pour it out. This is my dirty water jug. You see the dirty water? Oh, I can't see. Nice little paint splash. And look, color change. Instead of pouring it out on the sidewalk or pouring it down my drains, I try to pour it out into a cup of some sort. I let it completely dry, and once it's completely dried out, all the water's evaporated out of it, then I throw away the container. Um, I can usually do that for, a year or two before I actually have to throw away a bottle. By that time, it's gotten its money worth. It's gotten its reusing, recycling. So I feel pretty good about that. We got water here. This is the water I drink while I'm on stream. Hear that noise? Great. All right. I like this angle, guys. Even after I fix my computer, fix my streaming equipment, we may stay at this angle. I like it. And if y'all don't like how tall I am, we can go a little bit shorter. Ready? Wait. Oh, hurts my back a little bit, but that's all right. A little bit of pain for you guys. I'm all right with that. So what I'm doing is I'm going in with a white, and then we're gonna let it get to that tacky stage, and then we'll go in with these shimmers and see how it does. Okay. But while I start this background, I didn't know this cat personally very well. When I'm down there, this is the person I stay with. Um, However, it's not that I interact with their number one cat. I just don't. Almost like a respect kind of thing. When somebody stays at my house, I don't expect them to shower my number one pet, which is we're gonna base it purely not on the amount of love, but how long I've spent with this animal. Is Elvis, and it's purely because I've shared half my life with this dog. So when you own a dog for more than a decade, any pet really, when you own them for that long, they take a huge portion of your heart with them, and um, it takes a long time to get over that. So, no, I don't directly interact with this animal, and it's purely out of respect because, again, like I said, when somebody comes to my house, stays on my property, I don't expect them to shower my number one pet with a huge amount of, attention because that's my job as the pet owner. I understand dog comes up to you, asks, or cat comes up to you and asks for attention. Give them attention and go back to the owner. That's what I'm there for. Um, so no, me and Gaston didn't have a huge amount of contact, but it's still somebody very important. Uh, just someone that's important to me. So we're doing a nice little small memorial painting. Sorry for picking up the painting, y'all. Bad habits. I'll get better, I promise. I always shoot for perfection. I never hit it because we're human. But you know what? I always want to be better. I always want to do better. So, again, I love this angle, guys. Over the shoulder, you get to see the whole painting process. You and I get to rap about whatever happened this week. And this week, oof. I guess because I felt like last week was the my birthday. I didn't talk to you guys about much. They were shorter streams. They weren't my normal days that I stream. So it was a little bit different, a little bit weird. But like last week, my goal, because it was my birthday and because every 10 pounds that I lose, I give myself something. Because it's, even though it may not be a huge amount or a huge thing that I'm giving myself, it's huge to me. And it gives me the get up and oomph and go to get the next gift. And it's been, over a year since I set these goals for myself. So I have no idea what my next goal is. I know it's 10 pounds lower than what I am right now. So it was 20 pounds ago. I never brought up my 15-gallon tank. I bought a refugium. I say bought. I actually had like a 5-gallon tank and made a refugium. Where's my other hand? There it is. Made a refugium. So the refugium has several divided parts of the tank. And the first one gets all the big debris out of it. The second one gets all of usually has charcoal in it. The third one usually has bio balls and it has some type of like algae or it has some kind of like mined seaweed. And then the next chamber often can have another filter element. Mine's a sponge filter and it pumps it back up to the tank. And had huge problems, flooded this room several times. And I say flooded, it was like 2 or 3 inches of water that went through over 3/4 of the room. But as you can guess, both of my computers, both my work computer over to the right, and then my work computer, my art business computer, which is right bottom left, um, are in danger. And I'm trying to figure out how not to lose equipment. And some of my wires got corroded, and I think that may be why my camera, why y'all are on my little bitty web camera today, and not my expensive camera. And it's purely because I think something happened to it. I don't think anything happened to the camera because I tested the camera. The camera's working great. But something most definitely happened to the cables. Not much I can do about that. So I'm going to try. I ran a file on them earlier, and I think they're working better now, but I don't know how well. I'm sorry, guys. There's a heater at my feet, and it's getting a little bit hot. So, um, got that up and running now. I've got one fish in it. He's a fish I've owned for like 2 years, and it's really cool. I almost posted about it on my Facebook and a couple other places because Um, he's the only fish that I own. He's a saltwater fish. He's the only fish that I own that actually recognizes food time comes from this movement. And I usually feed him special in the back of my tank. And yesterday he saw me retract my hand. So he thought I was going to feed him, but I decided not to. So he came up to the front of the tank and I was like, nah. And so even though I didn't have food in my hand, I made that movement again and he went, wait, there's food in here. And went and found the food. And I was, when you own an animal again for as long as I've had that fish for several years and it's really cool to see that connection. So, um, are we at a tacky stage yet? Let's see how it goes. So, I haven't used these. I have no idea how this is going to go. We're just going to try it, see how this goes. I like that. It's glittery. I like the glitter effect. Mm, let's try. That ain't going to work. Let's try a smaller brush, maybe? No, that's not going to work. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure this out on the fly and see what would work. No, that's not going to work either. What about some gloss? We're going to try this on a pretty small scale here, like 2 or 3 drops. And then let's try the same color. I'm worried that once I do this, my brushes will never be the same. I like it, but it needs more. That's cool. All right, let's try it, guys. And then I'm trying to blur out the edges, almost like he's floating somewhere. So I like that. We'll see how sparkly it is in a minute once it dries. I'll turn on the light and see how it goes. It looks like it might be sparkly. We got 2 of them. That'll be cool, especially when we have 3 more colors of it. I like that. Hold on, guys. For y'all probably don't want to see me drink water. I like that. Let's go with a different color now. Wiping out some color. You go with a purplish pink. I think it's more of a purple. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I just want to let y'all know. I'm going to be absolutely covered in glitter. This is pretty. Can't see it. I made more than I should have. Again, we need to set it down. Sorry, guys. It's cute. Pretty color. It's pretty. A little bit streaky though. I'm going to try one other type of way of doing this. Might work, might not. But guess what? We won't know until we try. This is a bit more of a red. That is awful. Let's try and do a pivot here. Going back to 2 or 3 drops. One, picking up color. Let's hope this gets good. Oh yeah, much better color. Okay, so guys, while I fight my inner artist, which is 100% normal for me every single day, I do want to talk to you about the goings on, and kind of talk to y'all guys and be a sounding board because that's when my best art comes out is being a sounding board. Even when my shimmer powders don't work, guess what? Again, the greatest thing about paint is if it doesn't work out, cover it. It is okay. The only people that know about the failed attempt is you in the studio, and if you have Patreon and web stream, everyone on the internet. So, um, new God of War out. Best y'all didn't know, and if you do, I'm sorry. I'm a gamer. Absolutely enjoy it. Something I've always enjoyed, and even when I was a small tyke, and when I go on vacation once a month, and when I say go on vacation, I go see my family. once a month. And when I do, I absolutely adore it. And I go and I game for the weekend with my sister, with my nephew, and it's a blast. And then we also do some other things, of course. We do family things, but relating has always been something important to me, and I do that once a month, a weekend. I go down one day, it's usually on Friday after work, and then once I get off work, I immediately head that direction. I'm there by 9, 10 o'clock. So my nephew's just starting to settle down, and we usually play video games till way too late. And I go relate with the family, friends, and as soon as it gets to be about 6, 7 o'clock, I try to head back um, to my families, and we video game just a little bit further, which is a blast. Um, um, so I enjoy it. And gaming has always been important to me, and I've played God of War since it came out. Back then, I used to be begging my mother to buy me a game, and money doesn't grow on trees, and so the next major holiday, whether it be Christmas or my birthday, of when God of War came out, was usually when I got the next one. Um, and while my mother didn't approve always of the games that I played, it was a game that she was okay with. So it was a game that I always played. So what was it? Last year or 2 years ago? I don't keep track of my world and years anymore. Um, but last game that came out, I bought it, had it pre-ordered, had it delivered, and of course probably took the day off and absolutely enjoyed it. Uh, Scarfed it down and waited for the next one to come. This one, I'm taking my time. I haven't even played it yet, haven't started it. I'm really excited for it, but I'm not going to rush it. I'm not. I'm just going to wait for it to come out. I'm going to wait for it to go through and drink a little bit of Hennessy cognac right now. Sorry, you too. So I'm taking my time. I'm not trying to rush through playing it. It's going to take some time for the next one to come out, anyways. So might as well take my time playing it. It doesn't need to be a rush. And Lord, doesn't that make me feel old? Saying I don't need to rush anymore. Um, what are y'all doing for Thanksgiving? I don't have much planned for Thanksgiving. My boyfriend and his son live with me, so I plan to enjoy with them. We'll probably go somewhere, donate some time for those less fortunate, and then we'll probably go. I'm just checking to see if it's still sticky, gross. So once home, close in the afternoon, we'll try and see how it goes because I'd like to try to make my first beef Wellington. And because it's how me and my significant other bonded, it will be Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington. Um, really nervous about it, but also really excited. I hope everything goes okay. Like the day before, I have to take it out, and I'm supposed to take two layers of saran wrap and wrap my beef fillets, which I'm going to cut my beef fillets to two, cut all of the fat off of it, and keep those for the dripping, like gravy that's supposed to go over it once it's cut. I have my mushrooms already from my duxelle. I could always use more mushrooms because really, who doesn't love mushrooms? And so I got everything. I think I need a puff pastry. And Lord, I really hope I don't have to make my own puff pastry. It's gross. It takes forever. So I'm hoping I don't have to make my own. And I'm excited but nervous because I've never made one before, and anytime you're making something for the first time, it's scary. Like, I made cowboy cookies for my birthday, and it was so scary because I had never browned butter before. Like, it's good. I love brown butter. Have I ever made it? No. I have now. It took me a lot longer than what the recipe said because I was afraid of burning it, so it was on a really low heat. But hey, I did it. I grew and realized that it was wonderful. Growing is fantastic. So, let's see. No, it's not drying. Sorry, guys. It's not drying. That's why I'm not painting. I'm sorry. Um, but I'm excited about God of War. I'm excited about Thanksgiving. This will be one of the first Thanksgivings I've missed in many, many years. Like I had to miss a couple years ago because I worked at a call center, and when working at a call center, you're not the priority. The customers are. While it's a shame, I understand. That is what I signed up for. And that's what I'm dealing with now too, because while I have Thanksgiving Day off, I don't have any other day off during the week, and I'll be working 10-hour shifts all week. So, um, it's okay. The pay is great. Overtime's even better, but it's a little bit frustrating. It's a little bit defeating, but again, it's just one of those things. I know what I signed up for when I applied for this job, so um, until I can make it as an artist, until I can make a living wage where me and my significant other will not suffer by me quitting my day job, I'm going to be a part of this daily grind. This is what I signed up for. Let's see what we do. Be really cool to get a couple of color bursts. I'd like one right here. I'd like one here. And I'd like one here. But I'd like one here to be a different color and maybe one up here. I don't know. Again, we don't know yet. Just like this guy. I was not planning on painting this, and when I did it, it was wonderful. So let's go right here. I asked my best friend when I was downtown in Northwest Arkansas this weekend. Asked her. I also asked my significant other if painting Gaston the cat on Gaston the character from the Disney movies, if that was in bad taste, and they're like 100% that's bad taste. I'm like, oh, okay. So, and I agree. It's a memorial. And it's not my choice when it comes to a memorial. It's painting your cat as you see them, painting your dog or your whatever lemur or whatever pet you have, and painting them as you see them. Um, I always ask for a few pictures, and I usually look for the first, and I usually look at the second, because both of those usually are very telling of your relationship with your animal. Usually, the first one is the one that would be in your wallet, in the 90s and 80s. It was the pain, or is the picture that you see your animal at. And then the second and third one is usually the most photogenic. So I try to combine those pictures. When I do a memorial, I do a combination. That's not where this color's coming from because it's just me. The colors are just me. Um, Then I'm trying to think. The colors of the cat are golden, they are orange, and they are white. What colors clash with that make your eyes be drawn to it and go, what is going on right there? Green, magenta, That's what we're going for. My best friend is moving into her house next week. I think it's next Thursday. This is without me looking at a calendar or anything. Um, so excited for her. And I know she's stressed right now because who isn't stressed when you go into start a new life, going to start a new adventure with your family, you know? So she's stressed right now, and I know she's stressed. And it's hard seeing her stressed like this and me not being able to assist her, help her. That's the bad thing about me living 4 hours away. Is unfortunately I can't drop my day job. I can't drop my stream and go be with them. And that's hard. I don't care who you are. That's hard. So that I like that. But I'm excited the future. Excited where I'm headed. So next thing, kind of going dark again. But that's where I've kind of been the last couple of weeks. Hold on while I aggressively add my chapstick on. Y'all didn't need to see that. All right. So have y'all ever lost a pet? Real dark. I'm sorry. I've lost a few. Just a Great Dane, way too early. I think somebody was unhappy with how much my Elvis barks, and they took it upon themselves on fixing it, and that was really hard for me. Um, lost lots of fish, but um, I lost one group of fish that were cichlids, African cichlids. Absolutely loved them in my 50 gallon. And I had a ice storm here about 2, maybe 3 years ago. We lost power for 4 days. And while I could keep the animals alive in my car or in the house, I could keep my dogs and cats alive. My fish suffered. One of my tanks, my 35 gallon at the time, uh, was in that room, and so they got saved. They didn't perish. But I couldn't put all of the fish in the room with my fireplace. And when there's a widespread ice storm like that and everyone is out of power, getting a generator is impossible. And I watched my fish gasp for air and then freeze. And it was hard. And haven't had cichlids since. Those are the couple personal pets that I've had. Like when I was showing livestock, yeah, I had some that really hit me hard on losing them, but nothing like those. Um, those pets, it wasn't their time. It was an accident. It was me doing the best I could, and they perished. Yeah, I've had to deal with that, and I hope none of y'all have to. Um, but it was okay. I heal, and move on, and I hope that this painting helps my sister. And um, I know it's never easy to lose an animal that you love and a pet that you love, but I like to try to bridge that gap and make it better. So I like it. I like the, although right here is missing something, isn't it? I thought about another intense red like this going out. Do I don't have any going this way? Let's try. Not bad. Not bad. I like it. Now, let's try and do the eye. What I'm doing right now is pulling the picture that I'm using. Pulling up my email account so I can put it on my screen. Back. Y'all, you talk about something that will, I'd say, ruin my day. Like, it used to be once a week, me and my significant other would have donut day. Because as y'all know, I'm losing weight. I don't get it all the time anymore. Maybe once every other week or every 6 weeks. Let's look at this painting, or I say painting, the reference for this painting. Um, that's Gaston, and that's what we're painting on. Um, but I go and we decide not to go in store or inside, go through the drive-through. I ask for what I want. You shouldn't understand. I'm somebody that's not somebody that enunciates real well. So I'm like, okay, how about this then? Second item. Nope, don't have those right now. Okay. Well, I don't know of any more that I want. So how about like a filled Long John? She says, wait, comes back. She's like, I got chocolate or I got maple. I don't care for maple. It's too sweet. I guess I'll go with chocolate. It's not what I wanted. It's all right. Not filled when I get home. I'm not going to break my diet and compromise. Not. But was a major bummer. I was angry. But talk about sucky. You're gonna break your diet, make a plan, you get up early, your significant other gets up early, and then it doesn't happen because someone is in a rush, gotta move you forward, get them what they asked for, or what you think they asked for. It's a shame. Look at that pull. Oof. Got 2/3 it off. Look at that nice straight edge. That's why I tape. I didn't used to, and because you end up with this huge wad of tape just wasted. But honest to goodness, it would take me hours to get that nice crisp corner. an edge, and you and I got that with, what is it, like 59 minutes now? And you know that I wasn't painting the whole time. So it's worth it for the quality and for the skill that it provides. Ooh. So absolutely love taping now. Didn't love it when I was young. Didn't love it even maybe even 2 or 3 years ago. When I saw people do that, I'm like, but it's okay. It doesn't hurt it, and doesn't hurt the painting at all, and it doesn't hurt the canvas, and it gives you those crisp edges that make it look professional. So guys, don't uh, don't hold out on the tape. Do it. It's worth it. But anyways, let's go back to it, guys. So we're gonna start with the eyes because again, like I said, eyes, nose. That's where owners spend most of their time looking at their pet. So we're gonna make that right on. Got to get the colors right. So while I'm doing this, I say that while I'm doing this, let's do this first. No, let's wait. Let's get my eye color in, and then we'll go through and talk about my Patreon levels. So that's what's coming up next. But if y'all ever want me to paint one of your babies, message me on any of my socials. You can also go to my website and you can click on the little message blurb in the bottom right hand corner. I think it asks, do you need help? And if you go there and you click on it, it'll ask you if you need assistance, and if so, what would you like? And those go directly to me, and I'm always near my phone, so unless it's late at night, you're gonna get me really quickly, and we'll talk about it. Which that's another conversation you and I are gonna have a little bit later. Is what do I ask when I start a commission? What do I ask when I'm doing a pet memorial? Because they're important, and those are where the background or backbone of my paintings come from. Sorry for being quiet here, guys. What I'm doing is outline. This is a straight black, and you and I have talked about this before. Straight black is very rare in nature, and in fact, in the painting or in the I'm gonna keep saying that. In the picture that I was given, it's not black. What it is a really dark brown. But um, your corneas lie to you, your eyes lie to you, and you're used to seeing black, and that's what your eye tricks you into saying that you're seeing is black. So that's what I add to my paintings. That's what brings that um, brings you into those eyes. It really does. My dog's sneezing over here in the corner. He says it's hot in here. But my hands are cold. Let's go in with a mocha now and a cream around the eye. Here, I'm turning on a light. Not a huge deal for you guys, but it makes it a little bit brighter for me in here. Now it's a little bit darker than what it is on the picture. What I'm doing here is that doing a dark undercoating because I'm going to go back and put a white over it. So it's going to diminish the brown that I put on. But we're actually going to go in with a cream instead of a white that I just talked about. And the reason why is because I'm going to tick in a white hair coat right here. It'd help if I had more cream on my palette and on my brush. Got about 15 minutes and then we're going to talk about my tears, guys. What do you think? Like that. I like it. Remember when Bob Ross used to say that he beats the devil out of it? Or beats the dickens out of it? I think about it every single time I feed off the on the sides here. Every time. Never think I'll never be able to get that iconic man out of my mind. It's what I grew up watching. I didn't have cable growing up. So what did we do? We watched Bob Ross. I used to say when I was young that one thing I didn't like about him, and now I absolutely adore him for, is usually about 3/4 of the way through a painting. Sorry. Usually like 3/4 of the way through a painting, he would drastically change it. And he would say, you know what? Like this one here, I was 6 hours into this painting. 6 hours into this painting. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to add some greenery. Cover his foot that you guys and I worked so hard on. Put it way up here where I planned on like a sun coming up. Put in a little bonsai tree here. Put some like leaves that are coming down off of branches here. I made that decision like 60 to 70% of the way through that painting. And it was a huge difference in it makes that painting now. That painting wouldn't be half the painting it was if I didn't do that. And I learned that from Bob Ross. And I learned that being spontaneous, making those decisions, and shooting for the stars isn't a bad thing. When I was young, and I was taught by the same public school system that most of you probably were raised in. They taught us how to think. They taught us how to be. They taught us exactly the way we should be at all times. And it took me a long time to realize that that's not who I was. It may have been what I was taught. That didn't make me. And even if this, even if one person hears this someday, I hope you learn that you're not what you were taught. You are your own unique person. Find that little voice inside and listen to them. Don't listen to that voice that's telling you you're not good or that it's not worth it or any of that. What I want you to listen to is I was talking to my best friend on Friday, and she asked me why I was picking up my violin again after 15 years. I told her that for 15, actually 18 years, we're taught what someone else sees in us. We're told to go to first grade, then second on up to high school. And then some of us are pushed to go to college. Some of us are pushed to keep on going and becoming a doctorate. And at some point, you lose yourself. I did. And when I was alone in my apartment, wishing my boyfriend would call or wishing that I had something to wake up for the next day. I wish that I knew what I was going to do or wish that I knew what would make me happy. Hated going to school, hated going to work, and I would cry and I would draw. I hadn't picked up painting yet. I learned it in that school that I was hating going to. And art wasn't on the curriculum that I was supposed to take, but it was something that made me happy, made me come back. And eventually I realized that this art thing is what I brought to the world. Yes, there's me and my interactions with people, and yes, that's important. But you know what? I think the reason why I'm here, the reason I was created, while it may not have been on purpose or any particular reason, I think that. Hold on one second. I'm getting a little bit of feedback, y'all. I think the thing that is that any better? Not a lot. Sorry, guys. Um, it kept me coming back. It's what I bring. It's what brings me joy, and it's what I like to bring to others. Like I saw my best friend um, light up when she saw a painting in person. That's huge. I'm sure who you are. Watching somebody that's been working with you very closely for weeks and months on a painting and watching their face light up when they see it for the first time in person. These pictures are nice, pictures are great, but seeing that painting in person is huge. It's great. There's no substitute. Pulling up some of that paint right here. With a white brush on wet paint. You see, you couldn't wring any water out of this. It's not possible. So it's just fairly damp. Scrubbing back and forth. I still want the color there, but I didn't want it this dark. So, anyways, I encourage all of you guys to do a little bit of self-searching and decide what brings you joy. And if it's not something that you currently do, why? Why do you not do the thing that brings you so much joy? Is there a reason? Because the amount of care that you bring into that one item in your life that brings you joy, I know I pay other people to see it, to be a part of it. All right, sorry. Anyways, let's try and find the gold here. We'll go with the yellow, and then we'll come back through with some highlight color, okay? I'm gonna put brown specks in there. I'm just gonna be a little bit of green, can you see me okay? Yeah, like that. There's no depth right now, but we haven't sunk any part of it. We haven't raised any part of it or brought any of it so close. So right now, it's totally normal. Doesn't he kind of look like Grumpy Cat right now? Does that count? Doesn't he seal point though? This cat's not gonna end up seal point. Like that. Go look at it. It's rude. Yeah, we're close enough, guys. So while we wait on that layer to dry, I do want to read to you guys my stream Patreon levels and talk to you about them. I know I do this several times. I'll be doing it twice today. Once now, because we're an hour into stream, and then I'm going to do it again once we get about 2/3, maybe 3/4 of the way down through the stream. So very first off, we have my base tier. That's $10. What this is it gives you advance notice of my streams. You'll know when they're coming out, and then you'll be able to talk to me while I'm doing streams. You'll also be able to, if you have a comment on the stream or just drop my finger. Um, if you have a comment while we're streaming, we always recommend, of course, to comment so that way you can be a part of my community. And then we also, with the Patreon, that is just purely that base stream, $10. 3 hours a week, I will be sitting on stream, talking, enjoying, painting. You can learn to paint, um, and you get advance notice of this, so that way you can be a part of it. You can comment with me, you can talk with me, you can get to know me as a person. You can ask questions. If you want to learn something particular about how I paint, you can ask it, and we'll bring it up if it's possible. I'll show you. If I can't show you due to a particular part that I'm already on, um, I'll bring it up on a future stream, of course. Whereas when you are not a part of Patreon, you're not a part of the stream, you can tell me all you want, and I may or may not be able to tell you exactly how I do something. It's a little bit more difficult when you're not right here with me, and I can live respond to you, and we can have a conversation. So that, of course, would be my preference. Right now, I have one Patreon subscriber, And thank you so much. So the second level is a bronze for $20 a month. With a bronze, yes, you get to be a part of the stream, 3 hours a week. You get to vote um, times quarterly. Please give me quarterly. The reason why I say that instead of weekly is because I need to be able to schedule my life around my streams. And quarterly, I will ask you if you are a bronze or above, what times you would like to stream. And so long as I don't work during those hours, I'll be here. And we'll enjoy and have fun as always. And not only do you get to vote quarterly on when you would like a stream, you also get, sorry, checking to see if my paint was dry. You also get to vote on next painting. So right now, all the ideas for painting comes from my head or from commissions, like we talked about. This is the commission. So sometimes I'm able to paint what you guys want. And if you're a bronze tier member at 20 a month, you get to decide and make a vote at the end of stream. Um, you'll be able to submit a vote to me, and I crumple it up and I put it into a container, and you'll see me reach in, pull an item. If it was your vote, I read it, show you guys live, and say, hey, this comes from at blah blah, and they want me to paint this. Gotta be G-rated, otherwise I will immediately crumple it up, throw it away, pull again. So, next thing, 5 coloring pages a month. So I'm taking these paintings that I've got on the wall, I'm scanning them, I'm opening up the cell, I'm making them purely white with a black outline. And how you decide to paint it, whether it be digital, like I have a digital tablet, and I have, nope, I gotta come up with the actual name of the company because it's a free software, and I highly recommend trying it. Krita is the software that I use. It's wonderful, it's great. Can't recommend it highly enough. This is a free software that you can draw or paint, and you can also color on it, which is what I'm doing with it. And absolutely stunning. Highly recommend again. But or hey, if you want to print them out, have you and your daughter, or you and your husband, or you and your boy want to color them together, or maybe you want to color them alone while you're at work. Maybe you have work that you're talking tech support at home or something. You're like, you know what? I have a stressful day. I want one of my 5 frees, and you get a copy as long as you don't make money on it. If you make money on them, I catch you. Guess what? They're gonna go away. I don't want that. Don't be that rotten apple that ruins the bushel for everybody. Please don't do that to me. So next, um, let's see. Next is silver level. So this is going to be everything that you and I just discussed. That's going to be the stream, voting for next painting, voting for stream times, 5 coloring pages a month. You also get one of these paintings right here. I will start making these, and this is 5 inch by 7. It's a little bit small. It's not a bad thing. So it doesn't take up a lot of room on your wall. Or hey, maybe you want it on your desk at work. It is crooked, and I'm sorry, guys. Maybe you want it on your desk at work. Maybe you want to have it on your in your car. It's not my place to tell you where to put it. But you'll get one of these sent. It's random what's going to be on it. It's going to be a painting of mine. It's not that I'm digitally adding it, anything like that. These are all going to be individual. They're all going to be little pieces of work that I paint specifically for you. They're all got a real signature from me, and I will send them to you. And every single subscriber that is on my deal is going to have their own. So every month I will be painting a different painting. And it's not going to be me painting 50 frogs because I have 50 silver at $30 a month. That's not the way it is. It's going to be me painting for however many silver tier subscribers, and I'm gonna start sitting down during the week and painting them. And hey, maybe one of y'all vote sometime that you want to see me painting these. Maybe you do, and I'll pull one, put it on the palette, put it on my A-frame, and paint it right in front of you guys. We don't know. We don't know what the future holds. So yes, you get entered in that, and every single member that is a silver tier, paying 30 a month, will get one every single month mailed to them for free. Next thing, highest tier. This is a gold tier. So everything we talked about, I'm talking about streams, voting for their next painting, voting for painting times, voting. They also get 5 coloring pages a month to do with what they want. You also get the random painting. That's the 5x7. Oh, I can't. There it is, right there. The 5x7 painting that's random, sent to you directly to your address, and it's something that you don't have to pay for any of that. And that's every month, and it's a random picture, and it's something that it could be a hippo one day, it could be a lizard the next, it could be an octopus, because I love octopuses. It's one of the ones that I've painted the most, along with lizards. I don't know why. Those two are my favorites. Um, might be a lion. You don't know. And you won't know until you open it up. It's gonna be great. You'll get a notification from me showing that I shipped it, and it'll show up at your place, and it'll be glossed, and it'll be wonderful. But also, one person, gold tier, every quarter will have a chance. They'll be entered into a drawing just like for next painting quarterly. I'll put everybody in. Been a quarterly member, or I say quarterly, if you've been a gold tier member paying $40 a month for 4 quarters, you'll have 4 votes in there. And I pull one, I show it on screen, that way y'all can see it live, that it's not just something that's rigged. They will get 100% coupon for any item that's on my website. And that can be anything from my Johnny Depp. That can be anything from like the painting of when my sister went to the aquarium. We're going to be talking about these paintings later, but it's for every item that I sell. And those go, some of those items, like my lizard that I just painted, this one, I've got online right now for $160. So you'd be making money. But you have to be there for a full quarter. So if you sign up, don't expect the next month to win $100. It's not how it works. But I really hope you guys will be my subscribers. If you can't afford it, I understand. I've never been able to afford it. So unfortunately, I've always just watched my content creators on my website or on YouTube or someplace that they can make AdSense off me. Because you know what? I still want to support my streamers. I still want to support my content creators that I love, that I've been watching for years. So if you can't afford a monthly subscription, don't be upset. You can still support me by watching my videos, either on TikTok or on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook, liking my posts, sharing them. It's still helping me build my dream. And I hope that y'all stay with me through it. Children with love. Alright. Next thing we're doing, guys, these are going to be like individual. Um, I like how I say individual, like it's never individual. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some color on the edge of the eye. We're sinking that eye in, giving it a little bit of depth. So that is not the brush I'm gonna use. Got 2 hours in stream, so like in 50 minutes or so. Something I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around my room. I'm gonna pull a painting off the wall. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna talk about when I painted them. We're pretty close. I'm gonna try and pull them in order that I painted them. How good am I gonna be at that? Really not good. But I'm gonna talk about each one of them, what they mean to me, and where I was in my life when I was doing it. All the paintings that I have in here were all in like the last 3 years, but they're all important to me, and they were all a different part of my life, and I'd like to talk to you about it. I expect it to take a little bit, but it's alright. Now we're looking for that moistness again. I'm trying to pull up that paint. Doesn't have to be the whole thing. Pushing that paint down. Give it a little bit of depth there. I like that. Showing some closer. How do you feel? Feel closer? Here, let me rotate a little bit. Rotate. What do you think? Better? You feel better? Okay. Let's see if they just hear this person. I moved it like an inch and a half, guys. Not a huge amount. Yeah, sorry, guys. I like you'll notice this one does look smaller. It's purely that depth that I just added. So let's keep going at it, guys. So just going over this. What's your favorite holiday, guys? I think mine's New Year's, not the night before, where um you make bad decisions, any of that. I like the day where everybody's off work, everything's closed, and we're kind of gearing up. Some people go on like a Lent or make goals of what they want to do in the next year. Um, and then there's some of us that kind of, I just take a moment a day to breathe, to process what are my goals for the next year. It's not lose 10 pounds. That's not going to be a goal of mine. But it is going to be something like I want to try harder this year on my business. I want to not be focused so much on what I'm unable to do. Those are the kinds of things that I try to talk to myself about on New Year. It's something I encourage all of you to do as well. It's a little bit different as far as like setting a goal, losing 10 pounds. That's gonna make me happy. But um, not only did I find that I was unhappy when I did that, I realized that it wasn't healthy for me to set that kind of goal. So instead, that's what I've tried to do the last couple of years. Is instead of trying to set myself a goal like that and set um, in ground that if I lose 6 pounds, it's not that I failed or anything like that. Saying instead to have a goal of doing something better. That's a goal that's not only obtainable, it's a little bit healthier of a goal because you're not setting yourself unrealistic expectations. You're not setting yourself up for failure saying, that there's a goal saying doing better on my business this year versus last year was that I started streams this year. I've sold paintings this year. I brought up my website. I hadn't done any of those things last year. And my goal this year, one of them, I have several, um, was to be a better business person. Try and focus on my art business. Try and better myself as an artist. And I did. I did a lot doing that. Um, but we'll talk about that more again when that holiday comes up for us. But what is y'all's favorite holiday? Do you like Christmas? Do you like being with your family? Um, my mother's birthday also ranks up there quite a bit. My mother's alive and healthy, and it's in July, and I go down every year so I can be there for her birthday. And I absolutely love my mother in every single way. And I love to be a part of it. I love being a part of everything that she does. I like that little bit of green in there. A little bit of green swirls. I like them. Again, I wish y'all could see the real colors. Hold on, let me see if I can move this ring light by you guys and see if it makes it better. I think it does make it a little bit better, right? Makes my color better, and most definitely makes the color of the painting better, right? Not necessarily that I wanted to be this bright, but hey, it's alright. That's part of it. That makes it better too, huh? Perfect. Okay. Now that you can see Gaston, let's go in with a very important part doing those pupils. This is another part that's always black, but not in real life kind of thing. Well, I guess pupils are black. Look, guys. A little bit of problems. I'll show you guys. If you notice, I got just a little bit of a. You probably can't even see it. Notice how that's not a fine point anymore. There's a couple of hairs. Give me a little bit of grief. Alright. In fact, I pulled one hair off of it. Let's go to the left first. Why? Because I'm scared of the right. Nice. It's okay. Don't like the color or the spacement. Mm-hmm. Don't like the placing of that eye pupil. So we're going in, we're pulling it. Alright. You don't get to do that a lot with painting. So you can do it a couple of times. That's alright. I like that much better. Alright. Next what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with a couple of brown. This is where we're gonna kind of do some marbling and some flecks. Not flecks as in, but more of flecks of eye, flecks of color. Hold on 1 second, guys. It's fine. Oh, sorry. Alright. Only thing I'm doing here is, again, I'm kind of adding some depth to the eye. The way I'm doing that is I took a dark color like brown, and I'm pulling that color down. And the way I'm pulling that color down is I'm taking a very moist brush and rubbing that line. A little bigger brush this time because I want to go a little bit further. Too moist. Like that. Looks nice. Alright, so now let's go with that brown. Now, if this was not a memorial painting, and this was a painting that you're just drawing a cat in general, you don't know this cat or somebody doesn't know this cat, I would probably go in with a fan brush, kind of like I would a feather. Golly, maybe I can do it with this. Go with a fan brush, something like that, because then you can get a little bit wider, and more of a random. However, I'm not painting random today. I'm painting someone's particular cat. That's important to get those flecks. They've stared at them a million times. You gotta get it right. There's one. Honest to goodness, guys, if y'all, when you're um, first starting out doing memorials and particular people or paintings of animals like I do, that's my specialty, that's what I love. Um, if you can get the eyes right, unless you get a lot of other things wrong, it's important. It's really important to get it right. Now, y'all can see, I don't know if you can, I've got some preliminary drawings down here. See those little gray flecks? That's where the brown flecks are going to end up being. I've also got a picture of Gaston up on one of my screens, and he's blown up as big as he can go. I'm just looking at his right eye right now, because that's what I'm painting. Sorry for being quiet here, guys. It's just something really important going on right now. Now we're going to make a brighter yellow. But all of our white has dried. So this is coming up probably close to the last bit of my painting for today, because I still want to kind of go and talk to you about my paintings around the room. Bring them in, look at them, talk to you about each one of them, where I was in my life at that time of painting it, and what I was focused on, and what did I learn in that painting, and how did I brought it on to other paintings, because every single one of them has a meaning. All right, so I came up with a pretty good color here. It's a really bright white yellow. And I'll show you what we're going to do with it. Now we've got to go with a bit of orange in here, guys. This is the scary part. This cat's got a little bit of orange to him, and it'll be scary every time I put an orange hair in this cat, whether it's pale or not. It's scary anytime I'm working with orange. Had something email me just now. Sorry, guys. No, it's not important. All right. Got my orange in. Again, this is one of those that I'm going to pull down. some more down. Yeah, man. We're almost done with this eye, y'all. Look, I need to do a little bit of blending, but that's just about it. We got something going on here on the stream. Nothing. It's all good. I like it. Gonna do some white, like, I don't know, like a, almost like a shine. Almost every eye has them. So let's put a couple of shines in here. Alright guys, so let's put one right here. Put one here. I like that. Look at it. Looks good. That's just this side done here. Not this one. It's our left, his right. I like it. Could use a little bit of darkening right here. That's alright. So now, I'm gonna come in and out of frame, y'all. Let's get y'all focused on me again. I'm gonna kind of come in and out of frame, but we're gonna talk about my paintings. Talk about ones that mean a lot to me and ones that have changed the way I painted. Because every single painting I've done ever, I've changed. I'm a different person, and if you do paintings, you'll be there too someday. So let's take a look at some, okay? So, very first off, guys, I started with a painting that is split. And it's a shame. It really is a shame. Um, I used to paint on reclaimed wood, and unfortunately, when it's not pressure treated, it can split. So look, this guy split. And it's a shame. Um, really cool freehand painting here. Really love him. Look at the little clutch of bunnies, baby bunnies coming out of the hole, and Mama Bunny up here under the shade tree, just happy, watching her babies thrive. Absolutely love this painting. Learned a lot. Look at this split all the way up here. Learned a lot from this painting, and it's one of like maybe 5 paintings on an actual slab. Absolutely love this painting. Really got some depth out of my mountains back here. Really did not get any depth out of my water. It was a shame. And I worked maybe 6 hours on this painting. My signature down here. Bet y'all didn't see it. See? Ooh, beautiful. Love that painting. Cool little doorstop is what it was. Next, I painted a couple of small paintings. And I painted another doorstop. And again, I learned by that last painting splitting and some steps I could do to keep them from splitting again. Look, this one, just as old within 2 or 3 weeks. Have some splits here on the back of the painting, but not the actual painting itself. Beautiful Mustang. Still love the mountains in the background. Horrible, absolutely horrible clouds. Really struggled on this one, but I really love the poppies right here. Loved the very start of my rocks. And if you see my rocks on my last painting, I've gotten way better at rocks. I love the movement of this painting. I love the like mountain back here in the background. It's something that took even this one here, Takes very little effort to put this kind of mountain in. Has a lot of movement, and y'all saw it, you bought it, and it's something that I'm, you know, something I learned, something I take with me with my new paintings. And then let's see. Now this one is something that actually made it to makes it on like my business card. I think it's something that I hope to give to the streamer someday. Um, Again, I can't always support a streamer the way I want to. Now, this streamer's Granny. She started, at least from where I found her on Twitch and YouTube. And she came up on my, um, For You page on TikTok. And I went and I found her because she made me laugh. And um, I asked and saved up my time, because again, I couldn't pay for talking on stream. I couldn't be a subscriber, so I watched her ads. Loved to watch her ads at the time, and I saved up for weeks of, I think it's like 3 or 4 hours worth of watching before you can put a chat that says Granny on it, so she'll look at it. I chatted and was like, "Hey, name an animal that's important to you," and she said a quokka. I had no idea what that was. I thanked her and I painted it. And this is the background of her streams. She's almost always got some type of like it looks like a quilt, and I just did a quilt that meant something to me. But look at that hair, y'all. I worked really hard on that hair. Worked on it for a long time. I want to say maybe 5 hours. Worked on it for a long time. I hope to send it to her someday. Right now, it sits on in my studio on one of my top shelves because I want to make sure nothing ever happens to it. And I hope I get it. I hope I get to give it to her. Not only do I would love to see her, but I'd like to see her face when she gets it. I'm still going to send her a letter and attach it to the outside when I mail that and ask her to video her opening it because it's that important to me. Um, Anyways, back to what we're doing, guys. Next one here. This one was really cool. I wanted to challenge myself for something smaller. This has never been on any website. It's never been for sale or anything like that. This little guy. Really old now. I want to say maybe 4 years. I wanted to take my mountains. I wanted to take my trees. I wanted to take my rocks. The rocks are starting to look better, guys. Look how good those rocks look, and they're you know, let's see if I can find something for scale. I don't have anything here I can do for scale. I'm sorry, guys. But you can tell even with my hand, it's smaller than my palm. Oop, oop. I've got a whole world there. Love the rocks. Love the tree. In fact, while we're here, I want to see what it looks like when it's been sealed. So let's actually seal this right now, guys. So, okay. I like that better. So, notice my ocean or my river or whatever this is in here. It's not as flat. It's not one dimensional anymore. Um, Whereas when I was showing you that, what was it? Just a little bit ago. My bunnies that I love so much. The water back there in the bunnies is so one dimensional. It is a flat blue. Whereas this one, you can see there's ripples here. There's a fish that jumped. You can see the darker little flecks of water in there. My mountains, if you notice my background behind the mountains, there's a little bit of white coming up, like maybe there's the sun is either coming up or going down. Love it. Love my rocks. You can now see a fungus or a lichen on top of them. You can see the sun is tickling them, so it's a prettier and more appealing painting overall. And imagine that amount of detail all in the palm of your hand. Love it. That was a good test of myself. Next one, again, this is one of those tests, pretty small. I want to say it's, it's still, the size of my hand. This is a pair of raccoons in a tree together. Look like they're enjoying the sun, not trying to stay cool in the heat. Really working hard on my bark here, really pushing myself to see how small I can go and still pull every ounce of productivity and positivity out of these. So started with, a rough edge, sanded it down as much as I could. Still not smooth. All of this wood that I do paint on is reclaimed wood. This is wood that came from that very same storm I was talking to you guys earlier in the stream. I was talking to you about how I lost pets, and that same storm that I lost pets in, that's where this wood comes from. And so I was challenging myself. I was challenging myself to become a better artist. And so now I said, you know what? I'm running out of wood, of course. But two, I want to push myself again. And I asked my best friend what she wanted to see. I'm trying to pull a couple of things here, guys, at a time. These will have to do because I can't find what I'm looking for. Anyways. Okay. So, next thing. Asked my best friend what she wanted to see. And she asked for a fox. With her back across, like backed up against a tree with like a bar in the background. Here's what I painted. The little fox. Still doing that same kind of hair that you saw on that quokka. Really thick blocking still of color. Like the best part of it is this down here in this forehead, where I'm directly contrasting the colors. So no, it's not perfect. It's not even close, but I'm bettering myself. I'm getting better with every painting, in my opinion. Next was this bird. This was a bird. I took an actual picture of a bird. Saw it in binoculars. Just loved the bird. Um, Mom and I, we actually looked up the kind of bird it was. And that's what this painting is. This is my picture of a bird that I found in Northwest Arkansas. And I proceeded to paint it. Really pretty bird. Loved it. Do I remember the bird? No. Do I remember the name of the bird? No. That's alright. Okay, guys, now I'm going to start taking them off the walls. Really wish it was possible. Y'all, I'm sorry. Okay. Cool beans. Alright. Next was a Frenchie. So I was pushing myself with a smooth coated dog. Because Frenchies don't have a really thick hair coat. It's wispy like what you saw the fox and the quokka. So I was pushing myself, and this was a letdown. This is a painting that I don't think I lived up to my expectations. None of us are perfect. Um, Maybe I'll repaint it someday. Love the grass. Love the grass. Love the Frenchie space. Don't love the sky. Don't love the tree. Really let myself down there. Next one, I asked on TikTok one time for some feedback and asked what someone would like to see. And somebody that had a channel of their own asked to see a barrel racer. Love this one. My mother gave me grief because of the person in this painting and their face being obscured. But I'm pretty sure every year that I showed animals, the judge would always say that I looked like I was struggling, looked like I was working hard, wasn't enjoying myself. But it was something that I was very passionate about and something that I was going to do my best every single time I was out there. And that's what this lady is doing. I really worked hard on other parts of this painting too. So, really worked hard on these hills. Really worked hard on the softness of this dust that she's kicking up. If you notice back here behind her and here above the front, she's pushing that dirt out. So that horse is tucking around that barrel. Um, Love that one. And at the bottom it says "Be bold" right here on the barrel. Love that. Um, Next, let's take a look. I had some that you're actually seeing behind you guys, and I want to show you guys some paintings that I did a long, long time ago for another streamer. Um, and I tried to give this streamer his painting as well for Julian. Um, I found that other painting, by the way, on another object. This was a long time ago as well. Both of these were at the same time as the rabbit on the wood block. I freehanded an owl on. This is my like um, resin work and my model work. And on the back, I did a painting from her mother. Um, and I was doing like a wet brush back then. So wet brush, wet paint, slides over it, makes blending a lot easier. Um, and it was a woodpecker, and a particular woodpecker that, sorry, that is in Northwest Arkansas. And she knew what kind of woodpecker it was when I showed her, which was really cool. Um, so I use this painting now to tell people the difference when I'm working with them on a commission and ask them the important question of whether they want something glossed or not. Like I was running a gloss earlier today on a couple of things. Um, Now, what does that do for the painting as a whole? This is acrylic paint, so you don't have to cover it. You don't have to gloss it. I choose to gloss some. I choose not to gloss others. Like these two here. One of them is glossed, and he's only glossed on the water. And he's not glossed here, where you can feel his scales. This guy, not glossed at all. What does that do for the painting itself, and how does it affect it? When I am through, or about 2/3 the way through a painting, I ask my customer, do you want it glossed? I got stuck one time, and it happened to be recently, when somebody asked me, well, what does it do overall? How is it going to affect the paint that's on it, and how is it going to affect me seeing it? So this gentleman that asked me, or when I asked what he wanted for paint, for a streamer, I was just painting because I can't pay for him and watching his stuff and be a part of the premium service. But I wanted to let him know how much he meant to me and how much he affected my life. He asked for a rat. Okay, bit odd, not my taste, but hey, I asked him. And I now use this painting every single time I talk to somebody and they say, well, what does it do? What does that gloss do? How will it affect it? Now keep in mind this line here, this is the same color all the way down. The difference, gloss. Now the hair, same color here as it is here. Same amount of texture. The only difference is gloss, not gloss. And you can tell the difference in color here. You can tell the difference a lot here. You can also see a shine. Let's see if we can get it this way. There you go. You see a shine on the top half, and there's none on the bottom, or very little. That's the difference in having it glossed or not glossed. I prefer a not gloss. I want my painting to look the same no matter what. Now, he'll be. Sorry, my dog. All right. Next paintings. This guy up here, this primate, probably my next painting. Here was when I was first trying out, and this would be 2021. I was first trying out my micro single line brushes, and really worked hard on a wet brush style again, and really came out with a great primate. Love this painting. Love the palm trees, and love his little fingers, and absolutely love those eyes. Maybe. There we go. Those eyes you could fall into. Love it. Um, and then the rest of these guys, you and I have already talked about. So I'm pretty happy with how much I've talked to you about the others. Talked to you about where they came from, what they meant to me, and what I learned of each of them. So um, let's see what else we got. Now, next thing I want to talk to you guys about why we'll do the other eye here. While I do that other eye and turn off this light again, I want to talk to you guys about what I say and what I do when I meet a potential client and what we talk about. Because I know that some of you guys probably thought about having a painting for me. You don't know how it's going to go. You don't know what that conversation will be like. And if you're like me, I obsess over everything. So I have to think about something for a long time before I act. So, um, I got these. So when I'm meeting a potential client, and we're talking about a painting, the very first thing I will usually ask somebody is if they do not come to me knowing what they want. They say, "Hey, I want you to paint me something." I'm not gonna say, "Well, what do you want me to paint?" That's not what I want to know. Name me an animal that you're passionate about. Name an animal that describes you as a person. You know, some people I meet, I think of an animal right away because I'm somebody that chose to put my animal that I see myself as on my own body. Mine's a lioness, all the way. I was always looking for my pride lion. I believe I've found my pride lion. Um, but I'm somebody that's wanting to be a breadwinner for my family. I'm somebody that will do everything I can to better my family. And again, we're taking real specs that are in the cat's eye that we're replicating here. But I was looking for my pride lion, somebody that'll stay home, somebody that'll take care of my uh, family, somebody that will protect my land and let me do my own thing. And when I get myself in trouble, when I'm uh, overwhelmed and need help, be there, be that muscle behind me that can help me. And that's what he's always been. And I thank him so much for that. But anyways, back on the subject. Next thing I usually talk about is what room is it going in? Is there a color scheme? Because if there is a particular room you're going to have a painting in, I need to match that room. Like that painting that was like, what, 4 feet back here? It was for my only subscribing Patreon user, and they asked for a pair of horses. And I asked for what kind of colors are we looking for? This horses come in a lot of colors. And was told pale green, looking for like a pale or mocha brown. And we're looking for like a cream. None of those are the colors, of course, that I like. So I found a middle ground. I know that this particular person loves gray horses. That's what we ended up painting on stream. And I painted our right side of the painting 3 times before I liked the horse. That's all right. That's part of it. Never being, um, never accepting mediocrity is important when you're doing your own paintings. My mother helps me with that as well. She helps me with not accepting a mediocre painting. She's always helped me with that. But anyhow, back to what we were talking about. So once we have a color palette, once I know what kind of animal interests you, it usually gives me enough to go off of to be able to do it. Unless we're talking about a particular animal in your life. So like painting a ferret versus painting your ferret is something totally different. Because if I'm painting your particular ferret, we're going to be talking about who they were as an animal. We're going to be talking about some photos of that animal. We're going to be talking about, again, what room is this going to go into in your home, because that's going to affect the end painting. And then I go for that. And it's not too bad at all. What I'm doing here is I'm making a pink. We're doing good, guys. About 2 hours into stream. We may be going soon. Now, guys, something I mentioned on my tiers of Patreon is how right now 100% of my paintings are coming from 100% my mind. If they're not from a commission, or like in this place is a memorial painting, they're coming from my cranium. What do I want to draw? What do I want to paint? And I'm excited, and I hope that we get some subscribers soon, so that way we can talk live on stream. While we won't put it up for a vote, we can have a conversation about it. What do y'all guys want to see? What would you like to see? Is there somebody that's subscribed, somebody that's enjoying my videos? Tell me in the comments. I can't guarantee that your painting suggestion will be taken. I can't guarantee that you'll see the very next painting will be that. But I want to know what you guys would like to see me paint. Give me a little bit of feedback. What I'm painting right now is a cat. When I finish the cat, I plan right now to paint a lion. And we're going to paint it like this, the tall version. And I want it way in the face. I don't even want you to see maybe ears. I want it very close. I want to see some teeth. I want to see growling. I want to be scared of this painting when I'm done. Should be pretty cool. We'll see. I like it. Pretty close. Now I'm gonna go one more time over my Patreon subscription tiers as we're winding down here, guys. Because I am going to continue to work on this well into the nights, probably for the next week or two, um, because it's something that means a lot to me. But I want to kind of read over my subscription tiers again because it is important, and I hope that y'all can support me so that way I can do more of these things. I could stay on stream longer. So we're going to start from base, work our way up. So base, you're here for streams. You're able to converse with me. You know advance when those streams are going to be. I give you at least 15, 20 minutes notice if it's going to change from our time that I have agreed with you guys. Next, I do want to let you know, bronze tier is $20 a month. You get to be a part of the streams for sure, and then you also get to vote for the next painting. And then quarterly, you'll vote on times you want the stream to appear. Hey, maybe y'all want 3 1-hour streams. If that's what you want, y'all can vote on it. And I want to know what you guys want because guess what? That's what I want to stream for you guys. You get 5 coloring pages a month. Again, these are going to be paintings that maybe it's my Cuoco that you want that month. And it's not going to be like, hey, you get to pick 5. I'm going to make a 5 pack that goes out to everyone. That's paintings that I have opened up the cells, I have pulled out the color, and I'm leaving to you guys to paint them, to draw on them, to color on them, or even to like digitally work on them. And maybe you want to make the animal different. Maybe you're like, wait, I can draw a better frog, or I can draw a better lizard, or hey, I think Ursula should have hair that's flowing back instead of forward. Um, you can do that, and it'll be really cool. I'll get to see the way that y'all affect and change the drawings that I submit for you guys every month. And hopefully y'all will send them back to me or, hey, tag me in them so that way I can see them. That'd be cool. Now next, the thing that I've repeatedly said is with those 5 coloring pages a month, the one thing you can't do is profit off of them. It's something that's my hard work, and if I see that profit is being made off of my work, like if you're finding them and making a coloring book, or you're selling your drawing or your coloring of my drawing, I will make them go away. Sorry, guys. Silver tier is going to be everything that you and I have spoken of. I'm talking like a stream. I'm talking about voting on streaming times. I'm talking about votes for the next painting. You also get the 5 coloring pages a month. However, you also get the small 5x7 mailed to you every month. This is going to be a random painting. You won't ever get a duplicate. I will write down what you got last month and make sure it's not going to happen again. These are going to be individual paintings that I make. It's not like it's going to be a digital artwork that I mail to you or anything like that. It's going to be a physical canvas painting that I painted, that I worked on specifically for you. You don't get to tell me, like, you don't get to email me and say, hey, I want a horse or anything like that. You get to, and I want it kind of to be a surprise. So I'm not going to be like, hey, guys, everybody's getting a dog this month. I ain't going to say nothing. Sometimes we may paint them on stream together. We don't know. And if I do paint them on stream, I'm not going to say who it's going to. You won't know until it shows up. You won't know until you open that package what you got that month. Silver is $30 a month. Next, gold tier. Gold tier gets everything that we talked about. Again, this is your stream. This is voting for next painting, voting for next time. You're voting. You also get the 5 coloring pages a month. You also get the 5x7 painting. There it is. There it is. The 5x7 painting that's random every month. You also one vote every quarter. You will get your name in a submission for 100% off coupon. and you have to be present for at least one quarter. You have to be a stream provider, so you have to be there for, what is that? Quarter divided by 12, 12 divided by 4, I don't know. 3 months. When you hit 3 months, you get a vote and you get put into a drawing, and I do it every quarter. If you were there for 4 quarters, then you have 4 votes in there. So you have 4 tickets essentially. If I pull your name on stream, then you get a coupon code sent to you, and you get 100% off coupon for any item that is on my website. That's chasingadreamartistry.com. And there's some paintings on there that are $100 and something. So you'd actually be making money on that. You can choose to sell it. You can choose to keep it as your own. Once you win that painting, you can do with it as you please. I hope you don't sell it for monetary gain, but hey, I can't tell you what to do with your property. So the cool thing is that you get to make that decision. You don't have to tell me what you want or anything like that. I will essentially get an order. I won't know when that's, I don't know that that's the coupon order, and it's something that just goes directly to you. So that'll be great. But guys, you and I are done today. Just about a 2-hour stream. I know it wasn't the full 3 hours, but really, again, I don't have anybody present on my streams yet. When we get to streams and we have people volunteering and people there during my streams, hey, I will stay on full time. But this will be available on my YouTube. It'll always be available on my YouTube 24 hours after stream. I enjoyed spending time with you guys today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and try to think for next stream on what y'all would like to see. Please comment on my videos. Let me know, what would you like to see me paint on stream? So that way we can talk about it, and maybe what you vote for will be there. I'm not going to make any promises, but hey, I told you guys what I thought I'm going to paint next, but I'd still love to hear